Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of iDubbbz Complains. This is a very special episode where I get to tackle two topics that I've recently become very passionate about. That is a section of my audience who thinks they know me and my opinion on sex work. You can sort of see where these two will collide. For those who
are unaware, iDubbbz has had certain very strong opinions on sex work in the past. Typically, he likes to denigrate anyone who does sex work, and it's not good. But as with all things, new information can cause a change in attitude, which, even if we assume that his decisions were motivated by honest opinions, and not just that's what he thought his audience wanted to hear. The fact that he has, at least in some respects, changed his mind about sex work is a good thing. Unfortunately, his fans are not as, shall we say, enlightened.
who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount of people are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's
making jokes that, oh, your girlfriend is on OnlyFans. You know, whatever. But a lot of people are not joking. And that's the real problem.
A whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your fucking dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. First up, we got Edward.
For someone who is most famous for his Content Cop, where he exposes other YouTubers and content creators for the bad things they've done, it's totally in character for him to basically say, hey, I'm not a role model. Don't model your life after me. It'd be hypocritical otherwise. iDubbbz has done some kind of shitty stuff in the past. Like, again, his anti-sex work stance on some of his videos is pretty bad. But, you know, everyone can learn, and that's the important thing.
He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like iDubbbz, and he really liked that because iDubbbz was cool. But now that iDubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode. No, shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You don't get to ha-ha funny yourself out of this one. You're a simp. You act all edgy and cool on YouTube and then go and film your girlfriend shoving anal beads up her ass for OnlyFans afterwards? Fuck you. You lied to everyone. You ruined my life. Oh.
It should go without saying, but if a content creator getting a girlfriend ruins your life, or if that girlfriend going on OnlyFans and said content creator being okay with it ruins your life, you have a problem.
Oh, looks like I did something a little too edgy. Edward, I don't know where you got the idea that I was cool. Do you think it was cool when I was playing with anal beads? It's cool when I play with anal beads. Do you think it was cool when I was running around in an oversized cop outfit? That was cool to you. It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just, like, take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch.
From a certain point of view, he essentially had two choices here. Let it happen, agree that his girlfriend could start an OnlyFans, whether he liked it or not, and probably tank the relationship, blah, 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 blah. Or what he did do, which is embrace it wholeheartedly. That's great.
It's time to die now. No, iDubbbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem. You think these fucking retards would actually do a smidgen of research? Because, like, I did it, and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, like, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so...
Yeah, KJ, it's pretty dumb to be obsessed with other people's private lives.
It makes sense that they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand. I stood on top of a hill, and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, no porn shall ever cross my screen. No woman that I date shall ever lower her standards to the point of being half naked. Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this.
This is something I see a lot of among pseudo-intellectuals, people who think that an intelligent person is somehow simultaneously a sexless person, when intelligent people tend to have the best sex because they're creative about it. Not to say less intelligent people have bad sex. Most sex is at least fun. But this idea that he's too intelligent to let his girlfriend open an OnlyFans. She wants to do it, let her. It's not a matter of intelligence, it's a matter of recognizing that women have autonomy. Which is kind of the real problem his fans have.
Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side of me.
What point am I missing, KJ?
I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. And the sooner you realize that for yourself, the better. I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
So on the cons, we have everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
I hate to break it to this guy, but unless his girlfriend is some mutant alien, you can see whatever you can see for free. You want to see a pussy? It's real easy. I'd show it, but I'd get banned. Obviously. So everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars. Cool.
What?
Intelligent people or educated people tend to be less sexually active, I guess. That has not really been my experience. They tend to be more responsible with their sexual activity. Intelligent people are at least I've never seen a data point which suggests that intelligent people are, as a rule, less sexually active. Those are educated people. So you're mistaking social awkwardness, intelligence. Yes, intelligent people often can be socially awkward, which does lead to less sex. But that doesn't mean they're sex negative. Maybe you're too young. There was a joke that was really controversial in one of the Revenge of the Nerds movies where the main nerd impersonates the head jock in order to have sex with the jock's girlfriend. And when they're done, she's like, "Oh my god, that was the best. You've never done that." And he takes off his mask, reveals it's the nerd. And the nerd says, "Well, yeah, I've been thinking about sex since I was 10 years old." Speaking as a nerd, on average, absolutely. Point me to a data point which says otherwise, please. Because, newsflash, top scientists are ordinary people. The point I was making was actually not about how much actual sex they have, but their position on sex negativity versus sex positivity. More intelligent people who pay attention to data tend to be more sex positive. Because really, in order to be sex negative, there has to be some other influence like religion or some other outside influence which is influencing their sex negativity. Okay. You're arguing that they have less sex, which, okay, maybe, but that doesn't change their position on sex negativity or positivity. I agree that less intelligent people may have more overall sex simply because oftentimes they'll behave irresponsibly. But what I'm specifically talking about in regards to intelligence is someone said he was too intelligent to let his girlfriend just open an OnlyFans. Intelligence has nothing necessarily to do with whether you're okay or not with sex.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing? Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's
I mean, if my girl was screening The Matrix Reloaded, I'd leave her because that movie fucking sucks. But there's nothing special about her pussy. Sorry, she may be banging hot. I don't know. I haven't actually seen what his girlfriend looks like. But this is such a weird thing to say, but there's probably almost certainly better pussies to look at for free than what you would see on iDubbbz girlfriend's OnlyFans.
not a mystery, it's a pussy, dude. And then there's no special pussy. It doesn't become less valuable the more people see it. If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no, I regret.
Yeah, the internet is a forever archive. I'm sure this is something that the girlfriend of an internet content creator definitely thought about. She was like, oh shit, if I do this, it's going to be up there forever, even if I take it down later. Like, this is not an argument. This is assuming she's as dumb as they are.
Delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just going to make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought. Just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe...
2 points I kind of want to touch on here. I'm going to do the jobs one first because she's his girlfriend, and so there's no permanent relationship there. Although I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know anything about them. If she's smart, she won't connect her OnlyFans directly to her personal social media. Now, she might. That's certainly something could do if she wants to continue being a content creator. If that's what she does. I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing about her. But I don't really see... Like, I don't know. I've never hired someone. I'd have to ask my friend who has. But it seems to me that they're not searching OnlyFans to see if people are getting a job, or if people have done an OnlyFans before hiring someone. And even if they did, if that disqualifies you, then someone who would make an OnlyFans probably wouldn't work out well there either. And the other point, iDubbbz has been around for a long ass time. He has, almost 8 million subscribers. His channel has been around since 2012. At least that's when this was created. Whether he's been making videos that whole time, I think he has, but that's not really important. He's been around for a long time. And as someone who's just starting to get into content creation, I've seen how much thought and preparation has to go into creating a YouTube channel, managing it, things like that. So despite the fact that iDubbbz kind of has a reputation as something of a man-child, I think that is purely an act at this point, and that he considers, at least briefly, if not for longer, if something he's going to do is a good idea and is going to lead to positivity in general for his life.
lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken.
I know that a lot of jobs have been asking for, like, Facebook login. I've actually seen applications that ask for your Facebook login, username and password. I actually had at my old job, they put up a page or a thing asking us to like their page on Facebook, and every single one, these were all lower class blue collar workers, every single one of us was like, huh, yeah, we ain't doing that because that gives you access to our Facebook, at least access to who we are on Facebook. So companies are asking for social media, but if you just don't put anything down there, that's not going to not get you the job.
Mistaken. And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job. This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it. Yeah, the stud going through your tongue? No one wants sluts working for them. And the dyed hair? Don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's gonna hire you looking like that.
In my head, there would be so many other things to do and make money before.
Now, one thing that I don't think he considered there, right after I just talked about how he considers his actions, women tend to go for more customer-facing job, particular things like waitress and customer service, things like that. Not to say those are the only jobs women can do, obviously, but those are the kind of jobs that they tend towards. Women do tend to have to keep themselves to a certain level of presentability and professionalism, but a smart person who knows how to take care of themselves can make tattoos and piercings look good, dyed hair look professional as fuck. So even though there might be a little bit of an issue if she were to go for a waitress job and they found out she had an OnlyFans, it almost certainly would not be a deal breaker.
Stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work.
This is probably the truest thing iDubbbz is going to say, I'll be honest. In both cases, you're putting yourself out there, and especially for commentary YouTubers, often essentially saying, here's what I think. If it's a step above taking off your clothes in front of a camera, it's a tiny step, and it's only because people being stupid and reacting on camera is more socially acceptable than being naked.
That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take. I think that'll age quite nicely.
You can add extra money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty. You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're...
This is actually a really good point. Something that I think gets lost in capitalist alienation. Some people like to work. I know that sounds crazy, but some people enjoy working, and most people, I would say, would enjoy working. I enjoy doing the work I have to do even when I'm not on stream. When you have a partner who is not necessarily wealthy, but making enough money to take care of the household, then the partner who isn't making the money has the freedom to make decisions for how they want to live without the burden of having to figure out how they're going to eat. So if they don't want to work, they don't have to. But if they want to earn an income of their own for whatever, to feed their Netflix and bonbon addiction, whatever, it doesn't matter. They have the freedom and choice to do so, and they don't have to take whatever job.
Contributing enough? Because based on your argument, then I guess Jeff Bezos' son just should never work at McDonald's. There's enough money in the family. I think there's enough money in that household. No reason Philip Bezos needs to go on OnlyFans. Doesn't need to lower himself to that standard. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do. I think what I've learned from this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinion.
Stop touching your face, iDubbbz. There's a pandemic on.
Opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards. That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else. Someone who isn't a simp or a cuck. Someone who maybe just gives shitty opinions instead.
But this was an interesting video, and I hope that it continues with iDubbbz learning from his past. I feel like iDubbbz fell into a major pothole that a lot of content creators who grew up through the 10s and into today, where they got used to making edgier jokes with a little more, you know, the kind of thing that, I'll be honest, guys have been saying for a long time. But when you do it with a platform, it creates a different message. And there's two important rules to remember with edgy jokes. The first one is you gotta be funny. Your jokes have to be funny. An edgy joke that fulfills the second requirement but isn't funny isn't a joke. It's just a shitty statement. But the second one, which I think is most important, is you cannot make an argument. If your edgy joke reinforces a bigoted point, it is not a joke. It's an argument. So I think what happened was he made a lot of jokes when he was younger that seemed to argue that women who take their clothes off for money are bad and wrong and immoral. Now he's in the situation where that rhetoric has come home to roost. I'm glad to see that the ratio has gotten a little better here. I remember looking at it a day or two ago, and it was at like 100,000 likes to 50,000 dislikes. Now it's closer to 2/3, which is a little better, but still ridiculous. People are so sensitive about the people they follow online. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you liked it, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you. See you next time.